3, 2, 1, on air.
My name is Dennis Amena, and I work as the training and business advisor for the Uganda National Apiculture Development Organization, TUNADO. And my role basically is to provide business advisory to our beekeepers and members that are in the different value chains in the apiculture sector. Yeah, today we are here and we have come to visit Zuri Farm, owned by Professor Maggie Kigozi. So, and my role, the reason why is simply to have an interaction with her and have a look at what she's doing, appreciate the work, and chip in here and there on how apiculture can help and benefit women and also members of the public generally. Yeah, beekeeping, Professor Maggie, is considered as a non-timber forest product. So it being a forest product, a non-timber forest product, is that it relies on the variety of trees that are available. So the different crops and the trees and the plants benefit the bees at the different times of the year, simply because different trees flower in different times. So that has that advantage, the ecological advantage, that the bees will have food throughout. Now, luckily, on this farm, I've seen a variety of, I'll be using a little bit of the English, the botanical terms, and also the Uganda names for the benefit of our viewers. I've seen Omusasa, that is Sapia mellifluum. I've seen the mivule tree, which is Milicia excelsa, and I've also seen the Musita tree in Uganda, which in English is Albizia coriaria. That's the botanical name. Those three indigenous trees are very important. They provide food for the bees, which we call forage. And then, most importantly, as they take their time to grow, they flower at different times. So as the bees keep visiting the different species I've mentioned, they have enough food throughout the year. Then secondly, this being a coffee farm as the main crop, coffee and bees have always been in bed for a long time, since time memorial. Okay, so the coffee comes in, and remember, coffee also flowers it flowers seasonally. It produces that flower, mass flower. So the bees get really busy, and that's where now the component the benefit comes in if you have bees, if you have hives. Yeah, because during that period, the bees will visit and collect as much pollen and nectar as possible for use in making honey. So how do we benefit? There is a biological term that we always use. It is a mutualistic relationship. The bees benefit and the crops also benefit, that is the coffee. So as the bees are visiting for pollination, to pick pollination from the flowers provided by the coffee, the coffee benefits in that it's going to produce. For us, the farmers, we will benefit in terms of yield. But most importantly also, there is an additional income stream, which is going to be the honey. So the balance between the coffee flowering during that season and you having the hives that we have mentioned the 40 and you're expanding, it means the bees will have a bigger room, for lack of a better word. The houses will be enough for them to store and make more honey. So basically that is where the balance comes in. The crops flowering at different times, the indigenous trees also flowering at different times and providing the food for the bees. When TUNADO was starting some time back, lack of market for honey was always the song that the farmers were presenting. And we thought, what is that we can do to provide market for the farmers? So we started what we call World of Bees. World of Bees is a shop that is owned by TUNADO and all the members, basically, to provide basically market for honey and hive products. Okay, so World of Bees works with our farmers directly. They go into an understanding and they off-take. They call it off-taking in the business language. Professor understands this since he knows this. They off-take. They off-take the honey. But the agreement is an understanding is signed, a business partnership, in terms of pricing, and then in terms of is it going to be combo honey, is it going to be processed honey? All those details, they agree on what the farmer what the farmer prefers. So World of Bees basically does that to provide market for the farmers. But in addition to that also, We have business linkages that we do, and also as NADO members, the members agreed to create what we call the National Honey Week, which we held a few months ago. And in that National Honey Week is basically to bring the beekeepers and processors and all the people in the honey sector together in one place. And in that, it happens for a whole week, and that's where we will also promote the beekeeping products, the different honeys, the different products of beekeeping, coffee, all those, it happens. So we do that as Tornado to promote the apiculture sector and the honey and all the other products that come through in terms of marketing, not only to the national, at the national level, but also to the international level. So basically that's how we do it. Okay. No, one of the biggest challenges that we have been having as farmers across, regardless of the enterprise, whether it's matoke or coffee or beans, is that we don't record. It is the biggest weakness. And the record keeping in business is very paramount. Professor talked about it. That regardless of what you do for the bees is the same that you do, whether it is coffee, whether it is a saloon, records is important. Now, each of these bee houses, or with a beehive professionally, has different strengths. Every hive has a colony, and each colony has different strengths. I've been sharing with Professor here that this colony here, I don't know, that is number 19. To me, in my assessment, just a quick assessment, it looks to be the strongest. So the importance of the numbers is that we are able to record how much honey have we harvested. Because normally we harvest twice in a year. In Uganda, generally, we harvest twice in a year. So we are able to record that from hive number 19, in the first season, I harvested 5 kilograms of combo honey. Then maybe in the second season, I harvested 8. So it helps you to understand the productivity. Is there a growth? Is there a reduction? So basically, that's the importance. And when we keep tracking that, it helps us also work on the management. In case it has decreased, what is the reason? In case it has increased, what is that we can learn that we did to this hive, so that we do it to the others and they do a multiplier effect. Okay. So that's the importance, basically, for business records and the tracking. Okay. I mentioned before that each beehive has a colony. So the different colonies and the queen determine the productivity. Some colonies have a queen that is productive, that produces so many eggs. So if the workers are many, it means that hive is going to be very productive. In case the queen becomes old, it will not produce so many babies, and also it means the workers are few. So that means productivity will go down. So that interplay comes in. Yes, it comes in, but normally there is always a balance. Naturally, it balances off. In the case the queen has become old, the members of the colony produce a new queen. Simply, they just play around with the feeding. Yeah, they play around with the feeding. They feed another one, and they produce a new queen. So but whatever that is basically biology. It is ecology. It happens naturally here. But tracking the numbers helps us to understand basically that. As a farmer, there are basically 3 things that need to do to ensure that the productivity goes on. What we need is the water. She talked about it, which is just down here. We need the shade, and then we need the forage. If you have those 3, that's what you need. The rest of the biology and ecology of the bees, it sorts itself naturally. But so long as you have that, and also you don't have the chemicals, I was sharing with one of the technical officers here, if the chemicals are also kept at bay, the bees, they don't work with the chemicals, surely. They don't. If you keep those away and you play your part, the rest will take care of itself. Maybe an additional one is that what you have in control as a farmer, technically, is that when we are doing we do hive inspection, but recommend once a month, so I don't disturb the bees so much. Yeah, that's where you go dressed, like Professor here, fully with the bee suit, so that you open the hive and see how is it performing. Are there any foreign bodies? Are there any insects that are not supposed to be there? Basically, that's what we recommend. A farmer, you must do that. Yeah, that's all you need to do.
We have been. Could we